I don't know if you can hear her purr, but I don't know if this is working. Can you hear me, guys? Can you hear me? Because it's like it doesn't stay green, so I don't know what's going on. I don't trust this mic. Wait. I'm going back to the usual because I don't want this to fail. You know how these wireless mics are, at least the one that I have is so unpredictable. Hello. And you know that I usually don't, I'm not paying attention, and then, yeah. I don't know how I'm going to do the reading. I'm going to try to see if I can do this. So I can put the cards here since she's here. I swear, guys, I didn't plan this. I'm already sweating. You see that I'm in summer because I moved a little, and you can see already in my face that I'm sweating already. I don't know if I should turn on the AC. It's just that maybe it's a bit noisy, but. No, that's what I wanted to say, Fluffy. I didn't get her in here. I placed everything, like I was, placing the clothes, I have the cards here. I was getting some stuff that I have, like, from upstairs here. And then I found her here. First, she was sitting on it, and she was, like, sort of sniffing, but then, now she's sleeping here. I don't know. I don't know, guys. I swear that. I guess she wants to be here. She wants you to see her. But yeah, I didn't bring her here. And actually, she also doesn't have that much strength to climb things. She used to sleep on the table, and other super high places. But now, because she's so weak, and sometimes she seems a bit dizzy. So wait. I'm trying to listen if Negrita is not outside. When you have cat children, it's yes. Yes. Yeah, then to remove all her hair, because she's losing a lot of hair, poor thing. She's losing a lot of hair. She's losing. She's hanging in there. Like, the what I show you guys, the pill, prednisone. I used to have prednisone for lupus. I believe it's like a very strong. It's called, I don't know how you say it in Spanish. In English. Is it corticoids? Well, it's a corticoid. And yes, it's to numb the pain a bit, I guess. But she's not at her best. But we are giving her this. And yeah, she keeps eating. She's not that she's not okay. You can definitely see that she's not like. The only time that I see her very energetic is when she wants to eat and she asks for food, but then she's like a bit numb. You know, she's not. Um, yeah. Yes. Exactly. Yeah, I have a black cat also. Yeah, but yeah, she's not okay. Honestly, like there's a lot of people in my community that I had let them know, guys, that if I was a bit absent a few days ago, it's because of her. You know, she has like a virus, like a virus got into her. You know, and that kind of virus doesn't have like. Doesn't have like medicine. It cannot be cured, and it's definitely debilitating her. This is why she was losing so much weight. Remember, guys, that I would always be like, why is she losing weight? Well, this is the reason. Because of this disease. And unfortunately, there's not much we can do except to accompany her, you know, until the day she decides that she wants to leave this world. But until then, we are just, you know, staying with her. I have to take her every 7 days to a checkup. So yeah, I mean, we're doing our best, but honestly, like, it's not something that we can like cure, or it is the solution. No. But at least we found out what was, you know, making her lose so much weight. And well, we are trying to also numb a bit the pain, you know, that this is what I wanted, like, because I knew that she wasn't feeling her best. So I was like, you know, there has to be some medication, something for her, you know, to sort of numb the pain, you know, and to you know, not to have her, like, because she's like, if you see her, like, now she's sleeping, but if she would be sitting here, she would be sitting like this, like all sad and all just very, like, you look at her and you really feel like very sorry for her. You're like, she's not the most energetic cat, but she definitely has, like, you know, when the animal is doing okay, you notice in the routine during the day, they have their, you know, what they do. And for Luna, it seems like she has been feeling weak and weak and weak. So yeah, I mean, we're doing our best. But yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. Actually, what was really infuriating for me was, you know, that actually we spent a lot of months, you know, like, actually the ultrasound should have been like the first exam that they would have to done on her, you know, first the ultrasound and then maybe the blood test. I spent a lot of money on the blood test. This week, I had to redo the regular general blood test because, you know, the one that I did on October, they were like, yeah, in her condition, you know, it's probably that, you know, that the results that she got a couple weeks ago is going to be lower, or is going to start to lower. So, you know, we need to do another one, like, you know, every 2 weeks, every new lab. And they did another one. They did a new one, and also they added the thyroid to a study if she has thyroid. That I still haven't got the results, but yeah, it was another one. It was another blood test that again she got, like, this would be like the first time that she got her blood test, and again she had her blood taken from here. So it was so like, but yeah, the doctor explained to me that they do this, they do take it from here because it's faster to sort of take the blood and not from her pulse. But it's so hurtful to see, you know, that they are taking blood from there. Yeah, this one with the thyroid, it was like for you guys, for your around $50. $50, then you know the consultation, and then if they usually they give her shots, you know, through medication with shots. It's two, so it's like, you know, 120 for this. But yeah, it's very expensive. Yeah. Yeah. It's very expensive. It's so expensive. I was like, I never had this situation with a cat. Never. And the bed, because this is a different place that I taken her. And this woman, she was telling me that the bed, she was telling me, like, you know, before we did the ultrasound, you know, I was telling her about her situation, her condition. You know, we spent almost an hour talking about her. And she was like, look, it could be different factors why she's like this. You know, there could be a lot of things. You know, cats usually are very complex when it comes to study them. And also she was like, I don't want to scare you, but it could also be like a stomach cancer, you know. Because definitely they found something, through the ultrasound, they found something. They found like a bump, you know, there's a little bump. She also has like liquids in her intestine. This is why she poops a lot. Remember, guys, that I used to tell you, like, she eats and she poops, she eats and she poops. Well, there's a lot of inflammation. There's a lot of like liquids around that area. And there's also a very strange bump that I remember the vet was like, you know, is she nurtured? And I was like, yeah, she's nurtured, because it looked like a baby. It looked like as if she was pregnant. So, and the vet was telling me, this is actually going to take you a while. You know, it's not, unfortunately, there's not a recovery, but the whole process to actually help her, you know, is not going to be something that is like, oh, okay, you come and come to the vet like twice a week, and like it's going to be great. Like, you know that you usually take your animals and you know, they tell you what is wrong, they give you medication, they do a checkup, and then you leave. Well, in the case of her, it's complex. And now that we know that what she has cannot be cured, it's like, you know, now we just have to, you know, sort of being by her side, you know, being with her, you know, check on her, check if she's eating, you know, if she's sleeping, trying to make her very, very comfortable. You know, this is why, since she's sort of laid down in here, I don't want to move her. Like, I could move her, but I don't want to, because I'm like, you know, she's going to start to complain. So if she wants to be here, there must be a reason why she wants to be here, guys. So yeah, let's leave her here. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Thank you. So I don't know if you can see, but they sort of shape her, a bit of her belly. I don't know if you can see it. And she's a bit like, she doesn't have that many fur on her belly. And she also got, like, she was shaped here also. But yeah, but what is so, like, for me, so, like, so sad to see is this part. Like, she's so skinny. She's so skinny. Like, if you see this part, it's so skinny. It's like hollow here. Oh, yeah. But you know, now she's loving that I'm doing, like, I'm so busy usually, guys, because I have to cook for her, because she and Evita, both of them now love to have chicken with, I don't know how you say. Oh, it's a vegetable. It's like it's not carrots. It's orange, but it's like, it's a vegetable. Um, it's not pumpkin, but it's similar. So it's that with chicken, and is she loves it. She eats the whole plate. Maybe is Akira is zapallo. Ah, maybe you call them camote, camote also. It's like this shape. It's like the guitar shape. It's a bit beige on the outside. It's like a pumpkin, but it's not. The color inside is orange. Wow, wow. I really have to go through all the vegetables in English and just start relearning them. Hello, Seifu. I wanted to say it, but with her here, I cannot do this. So let's sort of, like, take Luna's, sort of visitation presence as a cleansing tool. Also, I brought my chair again here, and it's low. It's so low. It usually, like, when I used to do the live stream here, I used to get it up, and now it's low. It's at its lowest. This is why you see me so low here, so low from the table, and you cannot see the Buddha. Also, you usually see the Buddha, um, but yeah, I don't know about the lighting. I think that it's very dark, right, guys? Also, I want to turn on the AC. Wait. have to change. I will have to change the chair a bit because oh now you can see the Buddha, see? Now you can see the Buddha. Like, sorry guys for all the movement. Yeah, because the chair is on the lowest position and it's supposed to be, for this table, it's supposed to be on the highest. Oh, but I'm always moving things around. This is why, you know. Ah, camote, okay. Okay. Yeah, I was sitting too low. But I still think that it's very dark. Like, I don't know. Why do I feel like, is it the filter? Is it the filter maybe? Or is it the lighting? I don't know. Yeah. It's the back. Mm. Mm. Well, you will not be able to see the cars, nevertheless, because, oh no. She's here, so I'm going to try to display them, but she's in the middle. She's in the middle of, oh my God. And now she's cleaning herself. She's like, I have to clean myself up for the girls. They have to see me pretty. Yes. I think that is cute because, I don't know, sometimes I think that if she goes away, if she passes away at some point, guys, that for me it's like, I don't want her to suffer. So, you know, whenever she wants to go, she's free to go, because I don't want her to suffer. But I think that it will be nice because we will have like a memory of her. She is a whole fan base, yes. Yeah, a lot of people actually ask me more about her than myself. They're like, how is the cat? So she's popular. I remember when I used to, like, also, you know, when we have like the Zoom classes, you know, you know, she would also appear in camera. So don't mind me, I'm just a girl. Not you scratching in front of the camera. Okay. Okay, on the other side. Okay, okay. Oh my. Maybe she likes, thank you. Maybe she likes the velvet thing. Maybe she likes the, yeah. And she, I think that probably people that see her on camera, they have a better perception, and they like her a lot, because actually in person she's not um, she's not sociable, she's not friendly, she's not that friendly. She hides, when there's people over, she hides. So yeah. Okay, guys, I will tell you who I have on my list. Now I'm thinking that to get rid of her hair, of this velvet, I'm going to have to use a very strong look. I don't know. She got all her fur in here already. It's all in here. She's losing a lot of hair. A lot of hair. But my baby's a hater. Yes, she is. She is. She's not. She doesn't care. Like the other day, the vet was looking at her and was like talking to her and looking at her, and she was like staring at her, very, blank face. And I'm like, she's always like that. She's not, like, she's a cat that is not that expressive, literally. And maybe it's not just because she's all white. She's like an albino, so she doesn't have, like, I don't know, a mustache or a combination of colors that you're like, oh, her eyes are a different color than her fur, or her fur is a combination of colors. No, she's just plain white. So that also makes her expressionless. She is expressionless. Like, I remember when she was a baby, I would also make fun of her because of that. I was like, you are the most plain, expressionless cat ever. Like, even her fur is just straight. It's not that glamorous. She doesn't have that flavor. She's just white. Yes, I'm going to use this. Yes, Amor and Psyche Oracle. Ah, Tommy, your baby, yeah. This one. What? I have to cover the naked people, but I maybe it's showing on the other side. I don't know. Yeah, a bunch of naked people. Yeah. I love Jerry. That's the best stage, when they are in that development phase, but they are still babies. It's the cutest. Well, it's like real babies. Everything they do is cute. It's like a novelty. Okay, guys, I will tell you who I have on my list. I have Of course that this is on Wednesday. I'm going to do part 2. Why don't I like? I sorry guys. I'm sorry. I'm being annoying. There, I put a filter on. I put the filter on. There was no filter. This is why it was so dark. There was no filter. I thought I put the filter on because it somehow it's you know, you see it's a bit, it's not so. Oh wait. Yeah, it's much better because I was like, you guys are also seeing me sweat, like all, you know, me, my face. I was like, wow, yeah. I knew something was weird because I have the light, I have the ring light, I have the light of here. So I was like, what is missing? There's something missing. Something is missing. And then it was. You saw me like, you know. I know I'm supposed to put maybe more makeup so you guys don't see all my like imperfections on the face, but honestly, like it's hot in here and I don't feel like putting makeup on, like. Also, yesterday it was a celebration of my godson's birthday, so I did put on a bit of makeup, and it was like 2 layers of, you know, base and contour and everything. It wasn't that complex, but there was a lot. So then when I had to clean myself and wash my face, like it was a lot. I was like, today I will give my face a break because usually I don't have like acne but my face is a bit sensitive. It's a bit sensitive. Thank you, thank you. And also age, guys. That's the reality. That's the reality. I'm almost 40. Cannot believe it. In 2 months, I'm going to be 40, guys. I cannot believe it. I don't know how this happened. I am this kind of millennials that we are still stuck in the 2000s. I don't know how I passed from being 20 to 40. I swear I don't understand it. Yeah, 30 is the new 40 is the new 40. Yeah. Yeah, yesterday was Momo's birthday. Yes, yesterday I also received the news that one of my cousins, very distant cousin, it's very funny that I say distant because he lives on the other block of my house, from my house, so it's not like we are far away. But I don't have much connection with him, but well, he had a baby. He and his girlfriend, they welcomed their first baby, and it was born yesterday. So I was like, yes, another Scorpio to the family, please. Like, I'm done with the fire signs and the air signs in the family. Like, we need more Scorpios to sort of like, you know, shake a bit the family trauma, you know, to sort of shake and shift a bit the narrative of what a family is, you know, or what, you know, and bring more emotions to the family. Like I noticed from the family that I grew up in, from the side of my dad, that they are the ones that I have left, and it's all about, for them, it's all about what they possess. It's all about money, and they are not even earth signs. So I don't know why they talk about money and like, oh, I have to buy this. And they're always talking about what new car they're going to get, what new possession are going to buy, or the talk is always about money, always. And also the discussions and the differences are always about money as well. And it's all, they are very gossipy among themselves, like, oh, look what the other one bought, so yeah, I'm tired of that. So I'm happy there's more there's more emotionality in the family, there's more water signs, because I'm tired of the shallowness of like, for me, when I have to make conversations with them, I'm like, I'm doing my best, guys, to be polite, but I swear that I'm like, I don't want to be here. I want to be at home. I don't want to talk to them. Yeah. What's the dominant sign in your family, would you say? I notice often there's dominant sign or two. Libras and Aquariuses. Like, there's a bunch of a lot. I would say Libras, Aquariuses. Yeah. Then there's other signs, but the ones that I notice that repeat themselves, yeah. Like my cousin, like my nephews, my godson is also, they're all Aquarius. But yeah, maybe if I have to look a bit, like, besides them, I would say Aries, because of my dad, my two cousins that I grew up with them, that they would be like my sisters. Yeah, they are Aries, all of them, the three of them. And also I noticed that even though there's not, like, sun signs, yeah, free, but then there's a lot of Aries moon sign. Like my godfather is an Aries moon sign. My mom has her moon in Aries as well. So, even though there's a lot of Aries energy. Then I have the I'm very lucky because my nieces, both of them are earth signs. So the oldest of my nieces is the Capricorn, and then the youngest is a Taurus. So, but she's a Taurus, but she also has an Aries moon that is not showing. Her Aries moon is not showing at this point in her life. I cannot see it yet. She's still, her whole Taurus, a slow movement, and also there's a lot of Taurus placements also in the family. This is why they argue about possessions. This is what I wanted to say. Like, from the females in the family, I noticed a lot of them have Venus in Taurus. They may not be Taurus, but they have a strong Taurus placements. So they are different signs, but the thing about them is not, yeah, stability, I would say. Like, for example, in the case of my cousins, they are Aries, but one of them has Moon in Taurus, and the other one has Venus in Taurus, and rising and Venus. So it would be like Venus in the first house, also, but she's a Taurus rising, and for them, I love them, both of them, but for them it's all about possession. They're always competing with each other about like, oh, what did the other buy? The other one bought. Oh, she's wearing this new outfit, or she's wearing this. Where did you get this? Where did you buy this? Like, share it with me. Like, it's all about possessions. And sometimes I'm like, and also they had been with their partners, their current partners, had been their boyfriends of teenage years. I would say for the youngest one, yeah, she has been, stable with him. They have 2 children, and is her love from when they met when they were 15, and they are still together. In 20 years later, they are still together. Then the other one also is also have children. She went for a lot of breakup and everything, but she ended up marrying the guy, the dad of the father of her first child, and then they have 3 now. But it's like they had separations and everything, but she ended up like marrying that guy that, I think that there were a lot of moments where we thought that they were over. Like we thought like, okay, like I guess like since they say that they hate each other that much and stuff, I guess it's over. I believe she dated other people, but I think that in the back of her mind, that man had always been like the love of her life. This is what I want to say about Venus in Taurus. It's like they break up, but they end up going back to the person that they no longer, or for the longest period. Like for me, I had always been also my godfather, my grandmother, that is their mother, is also a Moon in Taurus, and she also has been married to my godfather ever since they were teenagers. So they got married when they were 17. So, and they are still here. So you can imagine, I am 39, their marriage is 39 years old. That's what I wanted to say with all this Taurus placement, that it's all about them sort of preserving the status quo. And in my case, I would say I'm the rebellious, but I am maybe the one that is more career oriented. I'm more independent in the sense that my conversation doesn't include a man all the time. Like I'm not boy crazy. I never was like boy crazy, like just talking about men and the guy that I like and the guy that I like. No. And I always been just different from them, and I like to spend in quality things, but for example, and this reminds me a bit of Kate Middleton. Remember that there was a moment where Kate Middleton, she was sort of like, people were talking about her because she would repeat outfits that she wore once, and people were like, oh my God, she's repeating her outfit. Honestly, I don't like it. I don't like to repeat outfits. I like to wear different things, but as I got older, I started to learn more about my style, and probably there's something about me going through my closet and being like, you have all these things that you just bought, and you always end up wearing the same thing, or you always end up choosing the same. So for maybe my Capricorn brain, I'm like, I need something that is functional, that it looks good, but it can be a sort of uniform. So I don't waste time thinking like, oh, how I'm going to combine these clothes, this color with this color. It's a waste of time. I think that I came into this point, maybe when I was younger, when I was in my 20s, I would never wear the same outfit twice. Never. For me, and if I see someone else wearing it, oh no, I will burn it. Like, for me, it was like an offense that, no, how come I'm going to wear the same thing? Or how come someone else has it? I don't want what other people has. But now I learned that, yeah, that also clothing, like I remember my mom, when I was young, she used to tell me, like, you know, the clothing, as long as is clean, is like it's also in good condition. It's not like, you know, it's it's falling apart. You know, like she was like, as long as the clothing it's like clean and maybe iron. You know, back then people used to iron clothes a lot, and just in good conditions. You can wear it as many times as you want. You don't need to buy a new one. And talking about my mom, today it will have been her birthday. So this is why I also decided to go live today, because yeah, this is a Scorpio season. It has been very emotional for me. It has been a lot of changes, a lot of news that are not that pleasant. But at the same time, you know, we are also in a very Plutonian. I believe Pluto in Aquarius is going to shift very soon. So it's all about going along with the transformation, guys, and we cannot stop. We have to keep going. At least for me, this is how I feel it. Like I can take a day or two and cry and just be sad about things, but at the end, you know, the learning, the lesson is to let go. That maybe, you know, in a near future, maybe things will get better. Maybe there will be new opportunities. We don't know, but what we know, and maybe we can change, is not to hold on to, no, I don't want this to happen, or no, I don't want this to go like this. Like, that's not the right attitude for a Scorpio season, or for for the process that we are going through now. I think that the best, also the best way is to be brave and to accept change. Change is part of our lives, guys. It's part of our lives. It's like this. We are all going to go someday. But yeah, let's make it worth today. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, another one. Like, you know, not the quitting, but yeah, I want to see if you can show. Oh, I don't know if you can see her. Just. I don't know if I show her to you guys. Oh, okay. Earlier, you should check Vedic Astro. I'll send you a link. Oh, yes. Yes. Yes, I should. I should get into Vedic Astro, definitely. Yeah. I think it's much more accurate, yeah. It's just that, you know, I think that ever since I started to focus a bit more on my identity and how, and this is why sometimes I'm so grateful for my Scorpio placements, because I have a lot. I also was blessed to have a Scorpio mom. So my whole peers and colleagues and classmates, we are all Scorpio, Pluto in a Scorpio generation. So there's a lot of Scorpionic energy. Um, and and also I have a North Node in a Scorpio, South Node in a Scorpio. So there's something about me sort of knowing what the Scorpio energy brings. Probably in another life, I also went through this, went through the whole Scorpionic energy and strong and intense energy. And I think that this part of my life, especially when I have also a lot of planets on the first house, is more like, you know, you have to sort of embrace in your identity, not so much your intuition and the occult and, you know, maybe the psychological side of things, what is hidden, the darkness of, you know, life. And why is she cleaning herself in front of the I don't know if you can see her parts. I'm trying to cover her. But I was like, you know, I've always been, maybe this is because I have Jupiter in the first house, but I've always been a very enthusiastic child. Like, I never was like the sort of, I do like the mysteriousness of life. I'm very curious about the mysteriousness in life. But like, I don't know, she wants to steal the moment. I don't know what she wants to do. But I think that once I embrace my energy, you know, like talking from my point of view or my perception, and also reminding people that you should focus on you or on your identity, on reinforcing that, and also knowing who you are. Not changing it, just embrace it. Just like, you know, I like people that they know who they are. That when I ask them, okay, tell me about you, they know about themselves. They are like, oh, I am like this, and this is my characteristic. I am this, sometimes I'm this. Is deeper than the person that is like, oh, I am someone's child, someone's husband, someone's partner. I am my mother's son, my father's daughter. You know, you are much more than that. So who are you outside of the role that you play? You know, that you work at this company, or you, this is your profession. You know, you have a profession and you're like, oh yeah. Like, but for me, it's like, who are you outside of what defines you? You know, like, tell me about you. You know, besides all the, you know, all the labels, everything that you do, like, who are you? If you don't know who you are, other people are going to try to sort of put a label on you and be like, oh, you're like this. Oh, you're like this. Oh, yeah, you always been like this. And no, we can change. The protagonist, yes. Hey, Natasha. Oh, thank you, thank you. Yeah, also people like creativity. Now that I see Natasha, you know, we're talking about creativity. The best way to also assert yourself or maybe get more in contact with who you are is get creative. Do something. Do something, create something, give shape to an idea. Do it. It's so fulfilling. It's so fulfilling. I know we are all tired. I know we all have responsibilities that you know, there's people that have children, they have busy lives. I know this. But try to introduce creativity into your life, because, yeah. Actually, I don't like philosophy. Like, for me, philosophy was like I had that in school, and I swear I was like, I would listen to the professor, and I swear I was like, I don't understand. Like, because anyone can refute this. Philosophy is like, like it's your perspective versus my perspective and the universe perspective, and it's like, so. Mm. Yes. Create, guys, create. Because maybe you're like, oh no, I'm not sure. Oh no, I don't know if people will like it, or I don't know if people will resonate. I don't know. No, no. Do it for you. And then if other likes it, well, that's great. But you and I are polar opposites. I don't know why. I feel like I want to move, but yes, I was thinking, okay. I was like, I kind of understand, but what is the use of this? What do we do with this? Yeah, I think that there's something that it's like maybe you give your point of view, and then they are like they are like, yeah, just like you say, yeah, but then they start like, no, the opposite of what you said. So you're like, am I wrong? Am I right? Like, what is okay? Okay, guys, it's enough chatting and let's get to work. Okay, for this dynamic tarot reading, it's going to be an oracle reading. I have today is the series of their sensual and emotional needs. Thank you so much to the people that put the recommendation. There was a lot of recommendations. So of course I'm going to do some people today, and then on Wednesday I'm going to do part 2. So don't freak out if the one that you requested is not in here. But yeah, today on the list I have GD, I have Daniel Kim of Way to Earth, I have Xiao Shan, DPR Ian, I have 10 of WayV, Jung Somin, the actress, Liu Xueyi, the Chinese actor of Love Me Kill Me that I'm watching. Then I have 17 DK, Shani Onu, and EXO Kai. Yeah, that's the fun of it. Yeah, they have that, yeah. Yeah, I believe it's 10 people, and I still have to do part 2 because there's a lot of people. Like, I don't know why, but maybe it's because I had been absent and I didn't go live like last Wednesday, but a lot of recommendations accumulated, and that's great. So if you guys want to keep leaving your recommendations on that community post, I appreciate it. I will try to add them. But yeah, I do have other names as well. So this one, it seems very popular, like people really engaged. You know, they did give a lot of recommendations, a lot of comments were going there. I was like, oh, okay, they seem to like it. Yes. Okay, I'm going to start with GD, G-Dragon. His sensual and emotional needs. Oh, wow, wow. Very strong energy. Okay, I will try to cover a lot of this, but yeah, for GD, we have the cards of Eros and Thanatos. A beautiful face. So definitely he has a type. He likes beautiful faces. And he got the devil from the tarot. So very powerful. Very powerful. Very, like, I think that yeah, there's a sense of dominance. Like, he wants to dominate the person. And also I think that he wants to show his masculinity. There's something about him, probably he does have a strong sensual, sexual needs, and he, I think that there's something about him trying to mix it with love, because he's a sensitive guy at the end, but he's like, I think that he wants to be a savior of his person. You know, here with Eros and Thanatos, you know, especially because I have, you know, the image of a warrior in here, and also the devil, and also here in a beautiful face, you know, there's someone sort of combing the hair of other person. So it's like, let me save you, let me save you from the chaos outside. Like, you know, let me sort of set you free from old chains, or just, you know, I will defend you, but at the same time, I will also make you mine. You know, there's something about him probably thinking that it's like, okay, yeah, I'm saving my person from, you know, from being under someone that is mistreated them, or from being associated with this person that is no good for her or for them, you know, so I'm going to come to the rescue. He's so passionate. I think that he becomes like very like warrior like and protector mode vibe, that he's like, no, I'm going, like, I think that it's all about being a protagonist as well, because we are ready for a Leo man. So definitely there's something about him wanting to be like, you know, not the Prince Charming, but he's like, you know, I went through all of this mess, all of this chaos, and I'm going to be there for you, and I'm going to save you. And I think that he also, he probably also, I would say he also like deals with his own how can I say this? It's like he has a strong needs of possession, and also he has this a strong desire. So there's something about him going back and forth with that intensity, you know, and so maybe sometimes he has to fight his own demons because he's like, I shouldn't be that possessive, or I shouldn't get that attached to someone. But definitely in the middle, because we have a beautiful face, he's a sucker for beautiful faces. So if he sees a beautiful face, he's going to sort of like become a puppy for that person. You know, like he's going to become very soft, you know, very very sweet, very humble even, you know, in front of this person. He's like this person, like sort of assisting the other and combing their hair, and he's like, let me serve you. Like, what do you need? Because you're so beautiful. And honestly, GD is same, because I love beautiful faces as well. I don't care about the body that much, but beautiful faces, I'm a sucker for beautiful faces. And he's like this. He gets mesmerized, and he's like, she's so cute. You know, or maybe the person has like cute features and he loves it. He goes crazy. Yeah, love and death, Eros and Thanatos. Yeah, Eros and Thanatos is and now that we're talking about the Scorpio season, you know, Eros and Thanatos, that is love and death. And it says, must all good things come to an end? Must we always dance to this dance? Thanatos, death, is ultimately victorious. He claims Eros, the love of this world. Everything ultimately belongs to the angel of death. But when the love of this world is slain, is there an even greater force that remains? Beyond the mind, beyond the body, beyond all the love stories and the sounds, the spirit remains forever, and our true love is found. These forces are not in opposition. They are one, we are one. So it says, everything is love, I am love, love is forever, beyond the shadow of time. So yeah, I think that this is why, you know, when we have, you know, like I said, the warrior, you know, there's something about him. He gets very, you know, when we think about his needs, you know, and sensual and emotional, I think that this is why when I was mentioning, like, he needs to feel like he's going to save the relationship. Because with Eros and Thanatos, there's this feeling of him maybe feeling that every time he falls, I want to say he falls in, maybe he falls in love at first sight with someone, I don't know, but maybe he believes, or he feels this very love at first sight experience, and he feels it so intensely, but unfortunately he knows, or there's a part of him that he's like, I know this is not going to last. This is why I get so possessive. This is why sometimes I refuse to let go, even though I know that this person is not good for me. It's like there's something about him, you know, with a beautiful face. It's like, yeah, the beautiful face is a must. Like, actually, like, I do like pretty faces, or I do like a beautiful face, and I fall for that beautiful face, even though I know at the end it's going to make me feel codependent. You know, it's going to make me have this strong attachment to this person, even when it was over already, or maybe when it wasn't meant to be. Like Eros and Thanatos, there's something about life and death, you know, something about like him, like is feeling this, but at the same time knowing that this is not going anywhere. Like, this is an instant feeling of love or passion or lust, and just enjoy it for what it is, because he is a lover. He believes definitely in love. For him, more than probably also what he finds sensual is that this fear of losing this person. You know, it's like maybe what he finds sensual is like, I have to fight for this relationship, or I have to fight for this person to love me, or to make them want to stay with me. Like, everything has to be a sort of battle for him, because maybe he loves drama, But at the same time, I think that he falls very hard, and when he falls, it's usually for a beautiful face. It's usually for a beautiful face, and he gets attached. Definitely, he gets attached, or maybe he starts getting jealous, or he starts getting possessive when he notices that the end is near. You know, it's like he knows that probably his relationships, they start very strongly, but they usually don't last, or it gets problematic very soon, or it gets toxic, a bit toxic, and he's like, no, 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 but that's my person, that's my person. Yeah, maybe, yeah. Okay. For this person, for Daniel Kim, of Wave to Earth, Daniel Kim. This is my first time, I believe, reading for him. Okay, for Daniel Kim, we have joy and jubilation. Joy and jubilation. We have taking the plunge. Is he a fire sign? He seems very like explorative, I would say. Two of wands. Is he like I don't know why he gives me fire signs. Like definitely with joy and jubilation, he like the sexy times for him, it has to be fun. It has to be fun. Probably there has to be other people. There has to be a very friendly vibe, but also very entertaining. He's like, I don't want to get bored. And also he's very courageous. You know, here with the card taking the plunge, you know, there's something about him just being like going for the person. You know, I think that he is like, you know, for me, my needs is when I can see a future with the person that I'm in. And also I think that it also has to do with this person being interesting enough for him. You know, this is why I was asking like if he is like a fire sign, because there's something, he is, Daniel Kim is from this group, Wave to Earth. Wave to Earth. I don't know if I can write it here. Wave. Oh, can I type it? Just that Luna is in the way, I cannot type it. Well, it's from the group Wave to Earth. And also she's like expanding more. W2E. Ah. She's also like expanding a bit more. So okay, she's covering all my cards. There's something about him being very courageous, and also he wants to be fun. He wants to be entertained. There's something about him being like, you know, I need my person to be entertaining. I need, like, for me, sensuality or sexuality is like a party. This doesn't mean that he has to have like a threesome or something, but he's like, you know, I would want, my perfect atmosphere is to invite people or to be us being with our friends, you know, and then, you know, I think that he just wants to have the best time. Those are very key elements for him. You know, this is why he's like, you know, sensuality or sexuality for me is to have a good time. You know, to be in the best mood, or to actually to you know, to feel the energy of, like, I think that he's not an intimate guy. There's something about him involving other people. And with this, like I said, I don't mean it like he wants a threesome or he's like, oh yeah, let's I want an orgy or something like this. No, but I think that it's all about the environment, and for him to be feeling in the mood for love, he has to be surrounded by his people, or maybe invite his friends, or being at someone's party or someone's celebration where there's a good time, there's drinks, there's this very happy vibe, happy, joyful, exciting, and in there is like he gets all courageous. I wonder if it's alcohol. I wonder if it's alcohol. Because with taking the plunge, I'm like, yeah, you definitely take, like, you get, maybe because of all this environment, this, very high energy of a group of people just enjoying themselves, and he gets all inspired by that, and maybe he gets a bit, he gets happy all of a sudden, and he's like, okay, I'm going to make my move. Because there's something about him also, he probably is very, in his usual day-to-day, probably he's very strategic, like he's always thinking about what's next, where do I have to go now, what do I have to do now, what's for me, what's the next plan, what's the next step. So I think that for him, he definitely needs this sort of environment. He needs the atmosphere to be right, to be exciting, and sort of to lift him up a bit. Because I think that in his normal, regular self, he is a bit, I won't say he's shy, but he is a bit like picky. And probably being surrounded by others and other people, like being like, yeah, you should go, yeah, and he gets all contagious. He's like, okay, because you guys tell me, I will go and talk to the person that I like, or I will do that very bold move towards the person that I like. I think that this is why he needs his people to sort of lift him up, because otherwise he maybe overthinks too much. In a regular day, he maybe doesn't dare to let loose his emotional needs, or maybe his even sensual needs. It's like he needs others to push him. Like, I wonder why he's so attached to what. Because in this, I also get a bit suspicious. Like, why do you need others to push you to make this very intimate decision? There's something about him not being able to making it on his own. So loses inhibitions when he drinks. Mm-hmm. Yes. Could be Leo Moon. He's a Pisces Sun and Aries Mercury. Yeah. And it's very interesting because in here, the taking the plunge is actually inside like an ocean. You see he's like going in, and there's like, a lot of fishes. Taking the plunge. It's like taking the leap of faith. He's like going inside, But I wonder why he needs, in order for him to take this plunge, to go deep, why does he need the assistance of others? I think that he definitely needs external motivation. Is there a thing? That's not a word, external motivation. How can I say this? Because it's not validation either. It's I know what you're hiding. But it's interesting. I'm going to have to do a proper reading for him because now I'm curious. Now I'm curious. Yeah, a catalyst. Yeah, maybe a catalyst. Yeah, I'm going to have to do like. Is she showing you like? Do you see, guys, that she has? She was. She's growing a bit of fur in here. She's. Oh, okay, okay. The queen is leaving. The queen. The queen is leaving. Oh. Okay. The queen has left the building. The queen has left the building. Look, I don't know if you can see the fur, like the, how I'm going to clean this, I don't know. Oh my. Yeah, don't touch me there, yeah. But probably because she's a bit cold because I put the AC on. Maybe she's cold. But I'm interested. Now I will have to read for him. I'm interested in his personality. But he is, if he's a Pisces, he's definitely not intense. He's very deep. Okay, I'm going to continue with, I believe it's Chinese actor Xiao Shan. Xiao Shan. Xiao Shan. Or Xiao San. Shan. No, it's an Xiao San. Xiao San. Or Shan. Xiao Shan. Ah, okay. Thank you, Daska. Xiao Shan. Yeah, I love that we are introducing, thank you guys for introducing some Chinese actors or artists. I love this because I'm actually getting into some Chinese dramas and I'm liking it. So yeah, like I want to read for them more often. Okay, for him. Is this man a Pisces as well? Okay, for him we have Lover's Secret. No, Love's Secret. Sorry, can I show it? Love's Secret. Doubt and Indecision. And Six of Cups. What is going on with all of this? Oh my God. I mean, it's just that he hides things. He doesn't let people know that he's interested. So when we think about his sensual or emotional needs, he probably is the type of guy that or person that you are like, I thought he liked me. He said he liked me, but then he ghosted me, or then he disappeared, or then he ended things. So, I mean, I think that he probably has a lot of options. This is why we have in the middle doubt and indecision. I think that this is what it's about, actually. I don't know why when I said doubt and indecision, I instantly thought of the Lover's card. Because I think that he doesn't make up his mind because he has a lot of people around him. And he probably doesn't say yes to one. Or maybe, when we think about sensual needs, I think that there's always someone in his mind when it comes to his sexual or sensual needs. So I wonder if him being with someone and then when he is like, I don't know, having sex or just fantasizing, there's someone in his mind that the other person is not aware of this. Because when we start with the love's secret, I sort of see him acting a fool and being like, oh no, I don't like that person. No, I'm not interested. No, I actually never care about that person, but actually he has a secret crush on someone. Or maybe he has this person as his ideal person, but he is with someone else and he doesn't let that person know, but somehow this person is either in his imagination or in his unconscious, but is someone that is like always in the middle and is like unbeatable. Because it's like a memory. It's not so much like, oh, he had something with two people at the same time. No, this person is more like a memory, an almost something that probably he never even confessed to this person, but is someone that he sort of has in his fantasy box and is in there. Also, I think that he uses, probably if this is like a lover from the past, this is why we have the Six of Cups, and this is someone that probably is from his past and is never going to go away from here, and from here. It's like whenever he thinks about his emotional needs or his sexual needs, maybe he thinks about this person. But at the same time, I think that this person is getting in the way of him not being able to officialize with someone. Or if he officializes with someone, maybe that person will get jealous of the memory of this other person. It's more like you fighting your current boyfriend or partner's exes, or you being fixated with a specific ex of his or co-worker, and you've been like, I'm sure you have feelings for that person. I'm sure you had something with that person. And probably he's like denying it, and he's like, no, never, no, you're mistaken. You got it all wrong. And actually, like, maybe it's true, because I think that is something from the past. It was something, just maybe a connection, very sweet, very innocent, but it somehow it's in his unconscious. Also, doubt and indecision. See, if you see here, wait. If you see here that they are holding, this person, this is like the man, the woman, they're holding hands, but he's holding hands with her, but at the same time he's holding hands with someone else. That is not in the picture. This is why the person is not in the picture. It's not in the picture, but for him it is. He is attached to this person. This is why he's doubtful. This is why he doesn't settle down. Or this is why every time he has to make like a grand gesture, or he has to confess to someone, or maybe ask someone out, he freezes. And he's like, I don't know, maybe I should wait more to get to know this person better, because I'm not sure if this person is the person for me. But definitely someone from his past. And I think that this is very water sign. And also I think that it shows how maybe in his mind, whoever was from the past, he's addicted to the nostalgia, to the nostalgic times. It's like everything that happened before is like a relic for him is like a precious memory, or like a precious, like, you know, always him thinking like, oh, I wish I could go back to those times where things were different and I was happier. You know, to sort of, he glamorizes the past. He glamorizes the past, where the typical person that will be like, oh, you know, in the past things were different, you know, not like now. Now, you know, relationships, connections are all very wishy-washy, and I don't know who to trust. And these are like excuses, because actually he's caught up in the past. So yeah. Oh, okay, I will do when I read for Sagittarius. Really? Oh my. Did I read for that ship already? Why do I feel like it sounds like a Cancer man? I remember I told my Cancer Moon ex, I told him, once I become part of your past, I'm going to be, you're going to appreciate me more. I remember I told him that. Once I become part of your past, you are going to appreciate me more in there. I don't know why. Like, I swear I didn't know back then. When I said this, I didn't know that it had to do with Cancer placements. But I swear I say it like this, because I was like, you don't appreciate me in the present. So yeah, once I become part of your past, you are going to remember me and think like, oh my God, like I should have done better. Oh, I should have done this. You know, in there, I'm going to become important in your past. Oh, it's with actor Wang Jibo. Oh. Oh. Wow. Yeah, but emotional cheating, it makes sense. It makes sense. It's just that maybe he has commitment issues. Maybe he doesn't want to commit, and he's like, he prefers to think like, oh no, you know, maybe it's because this person, I don't know, I'm not sure, you know, there's a lot of incest. But at the same time, it seems like he's very popular because he gets a lot of opportunities. This is why he has the opportunity to gaslight people, you know, and be like, oh, I don't know who to choose. Oh, I don't know, I'm busy right now, I cannot date. Or no, I cannot be with you, sorry. Very interesting. Did I read for them, Fluffy? For Wang Jibo and Xiao Shan? And now I'm curious. Now I would want to. I never did. The wishy-washy and sensitive energy is very libre. Mm-hmm. Oh, I should, right? Yeah, I should. Yeah, I have to do it for the channel. It's just that I'm very picky with certain duos, but for them, I would do it. For them, I would do it. Okay, I'm going to move on to DPR Ian. His sensual and emotional needs. Guys, if you are watching, please can you give a like to the stream? I appreciate it. I'm not used to asking this, but since I see a number, I'm like, please can you help me with that? Ah, Christian, I love you so much. Okay. We start with the card of standing alone. I don't know why this card, it reminds me of the Hermit. It gives a lot of Virgo energy. Standing alone. Reminds me of the Hermit card. Standing alone. Ideal romance. This is very Virgo. And 9 of Wands. It's tough. It's tough for Christian, it's tough. It's tough. I mean, I think that, especially, I don't know why, when I think about the sexual part, the sensual part, and I have the card of the standing alone, I don't want to say celibate, because of course there's no way that beautiful man is celibate, but there's something about him, you know, with the card of standing alone, I think that he's like, you know, I know at the end I'm going to be alone. Like, I cannot sustain relationships long periods, and also I know I cannot do it, so I have to stand alone. Like, I have to sort of like take responsibility for my needs. You know, we're talking about needs here, and there's something about him feeling very guarded, also very exhausted, and there's something about him knowing, like, okay, I have to be alone. You know, there's moments where I cut connections, or I don't call them anymore, or I block them, or I disappear, because I have to be alone. You know, this is not about a man, of course. This is not a man that he needs someone. You know, he cannot get a date or, you know, someone. I'm sure he does. But because of everything that he goes through on his own, you know, there's something about him deciding to stand alone, you know, even in his own desires. Maybe there was a sort of moment where he sort of practiced being a bit celibate, or being just, you know, abstain from having sex. You know, there's something about him sort of trying to find a new philosophy about his sexual needs, or maybe, like, I don't know why I get the vibe that there's moments where he doesn't have them. He doesn't have them. Or he doesn't have that need of intimacy. And I think that maybe if he has to, he has some medicine, or he has to, you know, he has to have certain medication, maybe that lowers a bit his libido. So there's something with the card of standing alone, him being like, yeah, I prefer to fix this on my own. You know, like, to not get other person involved. You know, and also I think that it's easier for him to be like this. Okay, if I have sexual needs, I finish it myself, and that's it. You know, for him it's like, and also, like, standing alone is not like I am left alone or I feel lonely. No, standing alone is like, okay, I stand on business. It would be like, you know, I take responsibility for my situation. I cannot depend on others. I have to do it myself. This is a very lonely road. But in the middle, we have ideal romance. So, yeah, his emotional needs is that he wants an ideal romance. Maybe he has very high standards. He's like, no, if it's not my ideal, I don't want it. I have a very precious image of what I would expect this person to make me feel. He probably expects the best of his potential partner, and he's like, I need this person to make me feel like I am living in a paradise. You know, like whatever his ideal is, you know, I think that if you ask him, he has very high standards of. He's not a guy that he would get into a relationship just because he's bored or because I think that there's a part of him that he's like, I have needs, I have emotional needs. So it has to be special, it has to be ideal, it has to be romantic, it has to sort of check all my boxes, it has to be like this, a combination of a lot of things. And probably he would have this fantasy of this person being ideal in a lot of aspects, not just being pretty and just, you know, just being beautiful or being attractive or being interesting. You know, for him it's like this person has to be my ideal, and also has to make me, I want to live the ideal romance. I think that we all have this, you know, this ideal, I would say, you know, of like, okay, I want to live a very romantic romance. Like, I want a romance. Like, I don't care if people think like, oh no, those don't exist. Love at first sight doesn't exist. He's like, I don't care, I wanted it. Let me dream. I want to dream. I want my ideal romance. You want to make me happy, you want to make me feel satisfied, fulfilled emotionally, give me an ideal romance. Be my ideal. Be like, you know, perfect, and not perfect physically. I think that is perfect when it comes to the right measure of this person being caring, being loving, being romantic, being responsible towards him, being a good friend, being a good lover, you know, a mix of a lot of things. You know, just like, let's live our best romance. Like, I want a romance. Like, I want us to live that. So, I don't know. I think that he really means it. He's very idealistic, I would say. But yeah, with the Nine of Wands, definitely this man, he knows that what he's asking for is a bit out of place. Not out of place, but there's something about him like, yeah, I idealize or I think so much about those things, but I know I cannot have them right now. I had been battling life for so long, life, my schedules, my responsibilities. I had been in a struggle for so long that, I don't know, maybe someday it will appear and I will not know how to receive it. Because he's so exhausted, you know, his life is not easy, you know, probably his exposure and everything that he has to do is not easy. So this is why, even though maybe the ideal romance would show up or the ideal person would show up, there's something about him being so distracted, so tired, so fed up, you know, that maybe he will not see it. He will not see it. He's just, also there's something about him feeling oppressed. You know, this energy feels very much like I feel oppressed by others, by my responsibility, I don't know, by my own body. So I think that he's like, you know, yeah, I can dream that I would want a perfect and ideal romance, but at the same time, I know I am challenging. And he's not that connected. He doesn't have the time now. He probably is very busy doing a lot. So, but he's very idealistic, definitely. Yeah. And I love it that he wants the ideal romance. He's like, I want the ideal romance. I want the roses. I want. He wants everything, and that's great. That's great for him. It's like, let me dream, guys. I want to dream of the ideal romance. Let me have my fantasy. I know it's out there. I know. he's like this. He's a believer. He probably fantasizes a lot about this. He has a very imaginative. Okay. Let's move on to 10. WayV 10. Why do all the, like, this reading this series sounds very, very Piscean, but the cards that, thank God, is the most Pisces reading ever, and it's so interesting. Okay. We start for 10, the sweetest taboo. The lady who waits. The lady who waits. I see him all seated like this, you know, like waiting for someone. And then the 8 of Cups. So at the end, he's like, I have to go. I'm sorry. He's very flirtatious. He's very flirtatious. I love the lady who waits. I think that is so 10. The lady who waits. I feel sympathy for the person that falls for 10, because 10 will sort of wrap you up in a lot of illusions, and it's like, okay, yeah, today can be the day, but no. He's so elusive. And also the sweetest taboo. This is like his Venus in Aries. I think that there's something about 10 being very, very fluent. I think that when we think about sensual things, he has different tastes. I always get this vibe of him, you know, with the sweetest taboo. And I think that if you ask him, probably he will answer very, like, you know, being very straightforward about this. I think that his sexual needs or his sensual needs, he likes everything or everyone. Like, there's something about him being just so, this is why when I say fluent, I envision his energy feel like a flow of, like, I can be anything. The person that I find attractive can be anything. Like, it's all energies. What I'm attracted to is energies. It's how the person makes me feel. I don't care their gender. There's something just very just him. And also with the card of the sweetest taboo, he's like, you know, I'm not afraid to get into a taboo. Like, I'm actually curious. I'm curious. Also, I think that this card is more like, he's like, you know, I have my whole life to have different experiences. Like, I'm not in a rush, but I'm open. I am open. And also the lady who waits. See, he is, he's very Venusian. But I think that since we're talking about him being a Pisces, I think that for him it's not like I'm Venusian, like, oh, look at me, I'm beautiful. I think that for him it's like he's so charming, or there's something about his energy that you don't know what he is. It's like a mermaid. You know that the mermaids usually have this, you know, in this myth there's the mermaid, that they have these qualities of enchanting people, you know, sort of seducing people, and with their voices, with their bodies, their movement. And I think that for tennis like this, for tennis is like that. He's like, the most attractive thing about me is that you cannot figure me out. And there's where my attractiveness lays in. That you, even if you think, there's something also about him, like I think that probably has to do maybe with people think that he's very gentle, or he's very, you know, because he's a dancer, and there's something about him, maybe people think he's fragile. And he's like, I am very strong, actually. I am very masculine, actually. So, see, there's something about him being like, you know, the person that laid their eyes on me, they don't know what they're getting themselves into, because I can be anything. I can be anything. You think I'm fragile? And he's actually he turns out to be very domineering, or very dominant, you know, like a very dominant lover. But I think that his way of seducing people, because I think that what I get here is his style of seduction. He's like, with the lady who waits, he's like, I don't, even if I have my needs, I have my emotional and my sexual needs, I don't rush. Like the typical, you know, you don't chase, you attract. Well, Ten is the king of that phrase. He lures people in. This is why it gives me mermaid vibes, you know, like he lures people in. It's like, you are curious about me. You are curious about me. And it's like, once you get closer, you will see what I'm about. Or maybe you won't. Because then we have the Eight of Cups. So there's something about him. I think that the Eight of Cups is like, I think that it's talking to me about the excitement of the moment, or of, you know, a certain connection. Maybe, you know, he has a great, I would want to say a great affair, probably emotional affair or physical affair with someone. And it's like, this I enjoyed very much. It was amazing. I have to move on. I cannot say. So this is something about him, you know, moving on. Probably he has his phases, you know, where he's like, you know, I think I met someone that sort of fulfills my emotional needs or my sexual needs. But then at some point I'm going to have to say goodbye, or I'm going to have to walk away. And it doesn't have to be traumatic, you know, because the Eight of Cups is also about, like we were talking today, you know, about letting it be. Sometimes if relationships are not, let's not force things, you know. Once maybe you just are not that happy with that person, or you just want to see your other options, or you just are not meant to be like that, you know. You're not, he probably feels like he cannot stay because it's not the right time, or it's not the right person, you know. There's people that just don't you know, don't inspire you to stay, you know. And I think that for him, it all has to do that. There's something about him being like, I'm not picky actually about the person. It's not that he like, okay, I'm, you know, I'm not choosing because I don't know what I want. No, he's like, no, I actually know a bit about what I like, what I don't like. But at the same time, I think that he plays with his flirtatious vibe. You know, he probably, you know, he has these beautiful moments with people, and then, you know, he decides that it's time to leave, it's time to move on, or it's time to say goodbye, you know. And maybe these are encounters that they don't have that profundity, you know. Maybe it's not that deep, Maybe it's just flirting. But he's like, yeah, I know I have to go. I know I have to go. So, yeah, so sorry, but I have to go. Yeah, he doesn't leave a finger. No, he's not like that. No. He just lures them in. He's like, come closer. Come closer. It's just that even when you think that you wouldn't get close to him, maybe there's something about him that you're like, I'm curious. I want to know. Okay. Going to continue with Jung Somin, the actress. Jung Somin. Okay, for Jung Somin, we start with physical attraction. Body positive, and Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, I think that first of all, for her, it's very important physical attraction. Like you have to have that. It's not about charisma. I think that it has to do with looks. It has to do with, I don't know why with body positive. I get that probably there's something about her being like, I don't like skinny guys. Like the typical, very pale, like the Korean standards, the Korean beauty standards. I think that she goes against that. And she's like, actually, you would be surprised of knowing what my type is. She probably likes the guys that are a bit tanned, the skin tanned, and probably a bit, with a bit of pounds on, and probably muscular. I don't know why I get like gym bro or something like that. Someone that goes to the gym and is very like someone that with their body is like, wow, that's a very beautiful, perfect body. Like very attractive, eye-catching. When you see someone that has like a well-trained body and you're like, wow, that's eye-catching. And I think that she likes sexy guys. She likes sexy guys. I don't know if she actually would end up with one of these people. I don't know. But I think that, I don't know why I get with these cards that this is her fantasy. When we think about sensual needs, I think that she's like, I would love to have like a sexual encounter with this kind of man. Very masculine, very raw, very someone that takes care of themselves or their bodies, and but also with the body positive is like there's something about her being like, I don't care if they have a few pounds on. Like usually their beauty standards are very like, oh no, there's something about her being like, I don't like men that are fragile looking. No, I like men that are powerful or very tall, dark and handsome. I would say that's the vibe that I'm getting. That's the vibe that I'm getting. But I think that for her, it's like she really she has a fantasy. She would want to be with someone like that. She would be like, I would want to even have this with a certain person at least once in my life. Once in my life. But there's something about her also, probably just fantasizing about this and knowing that she cannot have it. So I wonder if she is dating someone or if she has had partners that actually are the total opposite of her ideal. Because there's something about her being like, I like different. I don't like the typical pretty boy, like the pretty boy, like just, flawless and skinny. And she's like, no, I like the kind of masculine, raw guy, that they work out or they are very, very strong or also tall, very tall. But there's something about she liking also dark skin, like sort of tanned. Because I think that when I see body positive, and also body positive is in the place of emotional needs. So I wonder if she also feels pressured, because of course the industry. Maybe she feels pressured when about body and weight, and okay, like what is your weight, and please don't start losing weight. There's something about her being a bit traumatized. So, and also maybe also probably if she had partners before, these people also been a bit judgmental with her body. Probably been like, oh, you should go on a diet, or remember you are on a diet, remember to take care of your weight. So with body positive, I think that there's something about her being like, I really would want, emotionally, I would want to have someone that is not talking about weight standards and diet all the time. I just would love to just hang out with someone that is not interested in that at all. A person that just eats wherever they want to eat, or they do whatever they want to do with their body, and they are not fixated on, just being very pale and fragile looking. There's something about her, just maybe around her she has a lot of, beautiful men, but probably they're all talking about weight, and like, oh, I have to go on diet, or I have to take care of my appearance because, I cannot go out in the sun because, no, I have to shoot this, so I cannot eat today, and she's like, was she chubby, a bit chubby when she was younger, when she was a child? There's something about her, like, I don't know if people were mocking her because of her weight or because of the shape of her head. I don't know, because these people are very just awful when it comes to commenting about other people's body. But I think that for her, it's like, what I find attractive is just a regular guy, or just someone that eats well, and that, probably they are into sports or they do some kind of activity, but they are not obsessed with a certain result. They are healthy and normal looking. And probably she wants to hang out with that sort of people. Her emotional needs would be like, I would want to be in an environment that is body positive. In an environment where we are not discussing about someone's weight or looks. I just wish I could be in there. So I wonder what's that about. But Wheel of Fortune, I mean, probably in her relationships, things are changing, things are moving. So if she was in a relationship, maybe things are moving, she's changing, the relationship is changing, or she's about to, start dating someone new. So there's change, there's movement. So maybe, in the future she can actually date someone like this, someone with these characteristics, someone that is not that toxic about, talking about weight or other people's weight, or just like having this very boring conversation about like, oh, are you on a diet? Because I am on a diet. She's like, yeah, I understand, it's part of my it's part of my profession, but I'm tired. I'm tired. Like I feel like she feels emotionally like it feels like it affects her emotionally every time someone mentions someone's weight or hers. I think that for her it triggers her in some aspect, especially if it comes from her partner. I think that maybe there was something in the past that she heard a comment or someone said something to her that it wasn't very good. Yeah, definitely. But change is coming, guys. So maybe her ideal is about to approach her. Yeah, change is coming. Yeah, this whole series feels very Pisces. The deck feels very Pisces also. Very dreamy-like. Very deep. I like it. But there's something about the cards that she got that is like, can I be honest here? You know when you really are like, can I be honest? Can I really tell you what I like? Something like this, like her confessing to a friend. Can I really tell you what I like? What I find attractive? Probably not many people know. Okay, I'm going to continue with the actor Liu Xueyi. Liu Xueyi, the actor of Love Me, Kill Me. Liu Xueyi. I'm actually watching his this C-drama. Oh, and I like him. He's very attractive. Liu Xueyi. Another that if this guy is not a water sign, what is going on with all this water energy? But this man actually he is very emotional, I would say. He is very emotional. Actually, he got the card of the one that I use in the thumbnail, full intimacy. So yeah, Ace of Cups. And we have the card of sweet surrender. Sweet surrender. So he is a lover, definitely. Sweet surrender, full intimacy, Ace of Cups. He's open. He is so sensitive, so romantic, so there's something about him wanting deep connections. I think that his needs is like, I don't care what they look like. I don't have like, any specific type. I just want this to be sweet. I want this to be romantic, or I want this to be special, or I want this person to treat me right, or I want to treat them right. There's something like I want to mesh with this person emotionally, and also the full intimacy is like, I want us to be naked, but not just naked physically, just like our souls as well. Let's connect, let's be receptive to each other, let's be receptive. And probably, with the kind of sweet surrender, there's something about him also probably when it comes to his sensual needs. Maybe he does love a bit of resistance, sort of like you playing hard to get, or him playing hard to get, or him just being the cat and mouse thing, like him just being annoying to you on purpose, and you being annoying, or you being annoyed by him, but at the end it's like, we surrender to each other, or we surrender to each other's feelings, or we end up in each other's arms. I don't know. It sounds very romantic. It sounds like he wrote a C drama for himself. But I think that there's a part of him that he's like, yeah, I want that for me. Actually, like I think that he's like, he's not an aggressive man. He's not aggressive actually, but he's like, you know, I would sort of love to sort of pick on you or just being a bit annoying, you know, like a bit childish, I would say. Like he would sort of like act very different every day. But he does this to annoy you because actually he's attracted to you, and he does this to get your attention. But at the end, it's like, I want you to understand that this is like, we are playing here. It's not that I don't like you. Actually, I do like you. This is why I do this. So it's like he can be a bit annoying, but at the end, he can confess, no, I am being annoying to you on purpose because I like you, because I notice you, and I think that you're special, you know. So he's like, but he probably, there's something about him, you know, sort of loving the conflict a bit, or the tension, you know, sort of, you know, especially in the first encounters, that is like, oh, from enemies to lovers, something like this, you know, where you're like, I think that we started on the wrong foot. I think that you misunderstood me. I think that you don't understand me. I'm not like this, you know. And at the end, I find out that you were secretly in love with me, you know, and that actually you didn't hate me. Something like this, you know, something very sweet, very. I think that he's a guy that he doesn't want to force things, you know. He doesn't. I think that with all this full intimacy and Ace of Cups, he just wants, he doesn't mind that you play hard to get, but just don't drag it too much, you know, because at the end, he has probably a very fragile ego, or he's just very sensitive. So he's like, you know, at the end, you can be upset at me, or you can have your resistances towards me, or just, you know, being distrustful or being angry at me. But at the end, I would sort of like, you know, I would need you to open up, or I would need you to be receptive towards my advances. Because if you don't, I'm going to feel rejected. I'm going to feel rejected, and then, you know, everything is going to go wrong. But yeah, he's looking for a full intimacy, definitely. He wants the sexual part, but also the romantic part, and it has to be fulfilling. You know, he probably also wants this person, for him, he wants this person to be also very emotional, very nurturing, you know, just someone that, with the Ace of Cups, I get that he's like, I want someone that is available for me. That is like, when I need something from you, you become like this vessel, that you are always open to receive him, or to be there for him, or to take care of him. You know, there's a lot about receptivity. It's like, you cannot be closed off to him. You know, if you are someone that you are a bit like, no, I don't like it. It's like, yeah, we can play a bit, push and pull, you know, like, oh, you're prideful, I'm prideful. But at the end, there has to be like a sweet surrender. There has to be like a sweet connection. You know, I think that he's very sensitive, and probably he doesn't handle rejection very well. And also probably when things get very ugly, you know, one thing is when you start picking on each other, or just like, you know, being funny and being sarcastic. But then when things get a bit like, you are disrespecting me, I think that he loses interest in there, because he's like, I'm not the type of guy. Actually, I don't like it. Don't disrespect me. Don't disrespect me. It's like, we can have fun, like we can be a bit, you know, pretend, or we can be just like, you know, act like, oh, I'm mad at you, whatever, but, you know, don't get offensive, because I don't like it. I don't like it when people disrespect me. Hello. Okay, I'm going to continue with 17 decay. Okay, for 17 decay. This card. Of course I cannot show this. But it says, uninhibited and released. Uninhibited and released, a loving gaze, and free of pentacles. This is another one that he needs from other people's advices, because if he doesn't have his community, he cannot do it. For this uninhibited and released, I'm going to have to read what it means, because actually it's so funny, the picture in here. I'm like, But yeah, let's hope. Uninhibited and released. He says, dancing with revelry, and while abandoned through the night, the lovers laugh and masquerade as the wine flows and the flowers blossom. The music is loud, the dances are lewd, the costumes are boisterous. All is jovial and thrilling. Let go of inhibition, unleash your desires, and dive head first into excess. Seize your joy, free love. So yeah, about another one that he has to go wild at a party or something like this. It reminds me of the first person that I read. Not the first person. For Daniel Kim, was it that I got this, that, oh, he needs to be in a very fitting surrounding, very joyful, everyone having fun, everyone having drinks, and him having fun and just letting loose. And because if he doesn't have that external motivation, he cannot sort of get in the mood. Especially when we're talking about the part of the sensual needs, maybe also for decay. There's something also about him sort of needing to let go a bit. This is why we have uninhibited and released. Somehow, probably he needs to, be able to go clubbing and just go wild. But of course, that him being an idol, I don't think that's possible. But it's very funny because actually the people dancing here, they have masks on. So I wonder if for DK, maybe for him to participate in this kind of, anonymous places, with a lot of people, and him being able to just be himself or just being one in the crowd. I think that he has his needs, he has his emotional, maybe he has his fantasies also. But maybe because of him being an idol and everything, when we think about his sensual needs, he is a bit restricted. There's something about him not being able to let loose on his own, or just, being able to connect with this very raw energy. Or maybe he does have a lot of sexual needs. And I think that he hasn't been able to release them yet, or he hasn't been able to found the right. And I think that when we think about sexual needs, it's not just about him having sex with someone. It can also be like a spark of his creativity as well. Him sort of releasing this, I don't know, maybe it could be just dancing sexy, in a very sexy, seductive way with someone of the opposite sex, and him being able to just going out and being a man of his age and just have fun in the crowd with people or with his friends, and not caring about the outside world, or if there's someone looking, or if there's people that are going to recognize him. This is why we have the mask here, So I wonder if maybe it would be good for him to do this while wearing a mask or while wearing a sort of costume, because I think that he would really benefit of having a very wild night. I would say a very, like it could be like at a party, at someone's house. But I think that these are the places where he can connect actually with his own desires, with his own sexual needs. He probably needs that liberation, you know, that being able to, or maybe just dancing and go wild in the dance floor. You know, like there's something about him being like, yeah, I would want to do that. I would want to actually do this, but I don't know. I don't think I can. He's very restricted. He's very restricted. But probably, you know, if someone wants to encourage him, maybe, you know, to take him to a party, you know, to a place where he doesn't feel like he's going to get recognized, is going to be the best. Then for his emotional needs, we have a loving gaze. So, you know, I think that is very interesting. I think that probably for DK to fall in love, or actually to him feel like this emotional fulfillment, I think that a loving gaze from the person that he likes or that he loves, it will be enough. You know, there's something about him sort of like loving her special, his special someone's gaze, or, you know, just knowing that that person is sort of like looking at him. So yeah, I think that he, and also there's something probably about him feeling like um, the approval, you know, because a loving gaze, it feels like when a mother is looking at you, and they approve of you, and they look at you with just love in their eyes. You know, there's something about him. For him to have that from his special someone is what he needs. Or maybe not just, you know, his special someone or a romantic partner. It could be from the people that he loves, his family, his friends. You know, there's something about him just like, you know, maybe if they just look at him with a loving gaze, he's like sold already. He already is like yours. He already is like completed. He's satisfied. He's like, I don't need anything else. You just told me, but the way you look at me. So I think that is very interesting. And also probably he's someone that he likes to look at the person that he likes directly in their eyes. He loves his person's eyes, or the way they look at him, because they make him feel special. So he's like, please look at me. Please always look at me like this. There's something, and also it can be sensual as well, you know, because we have the sort of demon behind this woman smiling, and I think that this card can also be a bit mischievous, like that gaze means something, you know, like an invitation, like invite me, like let's see each other later, or, you know, let's meet each other, or this that I'm looking at you, I'm sort of letting you know that everything is okay between us, or that this is like a yes to your question. So I think that the loving gaze can mean a lot of things, but for him, it depends on who it comes from. He's like, just tell me, like, with the way you look at me, please keep looking at me like this, you know, please always look at me with love in your eyes, you know, and I will understand it. That's all I need from you. So he's just very, very sweet. He's a very sweet guy. And he has also the Three of Pentacles. So the Three of Pentacles, I think that he's a man that definitely he's willing to work. If he really cares about the person, he really is willing to work, is willing to put the work in the relationship. But probably he also needs of his people to accept his love life, or the person that he's going to get into a relationship with. There's something about collaboration, you know, so maybe he's the type of guy that he's very attached to his family, or to his friends, or to his members. So he's like, yeah, if you like, just, I hope you get accepted by my family or my friends, and that you can be able to get along with them. There's something about him asking this person, like, for you to stay in my life, I would sort of need you to be approved by them. So yeah, he does care a lot about his community, definitely. I cannot. She wants to be here even for the last minutes of the reading. Okay. I'm going to continue with Onu. Yeah, she's interested in the sexy readings. Yes. Okay, for Onu. I see the horse, and it sort of reminds me of of Sagittarius. Okay, we have the card of memories and remembrance. Oh, this sounds so Cancer placement already. Memories and remembrance. Another one that fantasizes about his past or his past experiences. The warrior of love. So cute. And the Three of Pentacles again. And I did shuffle very well, but I got here. For Onu, yeah, memories and embrace, and memories and remembrance. I think that, yeah, definitely he has. I don't know. I don't think that this man is like, oh, I have to think about the past, or a past lover. But I think that he also, maybe he does fantasizes about the person that he is with, maybe someone that he's having, like, a relationship with, and he's that person that he's like, I still remember what you were wearing the first day that we saw each other, or on a first date, what you said to me. I think that he definitely memories. Also, I think that there's something about him, about, the sensual part. He definitely is very sensual. It's not sexual, it's more sensual. And with memories and remembrance, there's something about him remembering every small detail of the person that he likes. And he's like, I find it very attractive, that perfume that you wore, I don't know when. But yeah, he's very sensorial like this, and he has a very sensorial memory. And he remembers things, and I think that he's the kind of person that he would smell like his partner's belongings, or he's like, oh no, because this is what my person wore, or this is what they did, so there's something about him just holding in a very high standard, the memories, and he's like, for me, memories are important, and I want to remember every little detail of you. So this is about him, probably feeling sensual or sexual, is that everything that is related to the person that he loves is a very precious memory. It's a very precious memory. And he probably thinks about that. If he cannot see his person in presence, like if he cannot see them or meet them, he replays certain conversations or interactions over and over and over. I think that he is like this. He is like this, very, very sentimental, but also I think that what he finds sexy or sensual are, the smell of his person, the the little things that make this person feel unique, maybe the way they walk, the way they touch their hair, the way they chew their food. You know, I think that is very personal. I think that even there's like, oh no, there's like these things that maybe you are like, oh, this is a bit gross. Like, why do you remember that? Like, why do you like that detail? I think that is a bit creepy. And he's like, no, it's from my person. Like, I love it. Everything they do they can do no wrong. Everything they do, the air that they breathe, their toothpaste, everything is magical, you know. So he is like that. It can be a bit like too personal, you know. But he's like, no, this belongs to my partner or to the person that I love. So for me, it's like gold. For me, it's precious. And the warrior of love, he is like, I think that he is a defender of relationships, and probably he has gotten into this warrior mode maybe because in the past he felt very sort of helpless when it comes to relationships, and now he's like, no, I'm not going to, you know, let my life or my career or my profession ruin things for my potential lover or my lover. You know, there's something about him being like, you know, in the past I used to be weak, but now I'm a warrior. Now I defend my happiness. I defend the person that I love, or I defend my loved ones. You know, I become a warrior. I go and attack. I go and defend. Like in the past, I felt helpless. I felt I couldn't speak up or I couldn't defend them when they needed me. But now, when it comes to love and relationships, he becomes very proactive. You know, it's like, no, I'm taking care of you, I'm protecting you. Like, no, you shouldn't get attacks, or you should be protected. You cannot get harmed because of me. You know, there's something about him, you know, sort of arranging certain things and putting certain boundaries also maybe to his career or the way he, you know, his work. There's something about him, you know, sort of setting a lot of boundaries and being like, okay, I will do my work from here to here, and from there I will have free time to be with my person, or to see them, or to provide for them, or to show up. You know, there's something about him, his mentality has changed a lot, and I think that he in this period of his life, I think that he understands how important it is to not be so passive when it comes to your love life or your loved ones. I don't know. I think that this has to do with the past experience of his, that he's like, you know, in the past I couldn't defend my relationship, or I couldn't speak up for this person that really loved me. So now he's like, I will not tolerate this. I will not tolerate like any harm or any kind of threats or any kind, like, no, this is not going to happen. I'm going to protect the people that I love. And probably it also maybe can be like, you know, because I have with the Three of Pentacles again, you know, maybe there's a lot of people sort of getting into honest business, personal business. You know, it could be like a very noisy mother, or parents, or family, or other people just trying to advise him, like, oh no, don't go out with that group of people. Oh no, that person is not good for you. Oh no, we don't like this person for you. No. So there's something about him becoming much more like a warrior and being like, no, I will decide for my happiness now. If I love this person, I'm going to choose this person. And you're not going to be able to stop me. And if you say something negative of the person that I love, I'm going to fight back. And there's going to be consequences. Because I think that probably at the end, there could be some people that are like, oh, we do this because we love you. But no, actually, you are meddling in. Or you are trying to convince him that, oh no, that person is no good for you, but you know, you never approve of anyone. So, you know, the poor guy, just because he listens to you, because you are family probably, like he will end up lonely or alone, because for you guys no one is enough, so it's good enough. So yeah, but again, yeah, the Three of Pentacles, I think that he also, like I mentioned in the previous reading, DK also, he got the Three of Pentacles, and I think that, yeah, they probably do value the the people around them, you know, and they're like, you know, for our relationship to work, I would sort of would want you to get along with my family or with my group or with my friends, you know, I want to include you in my community. So can you please be generous with them? Like, can you please like get along? Like it would mean a lot for me if you would get along, or if you would accept that they are part of my life as well. You know, that it's not me, sort of like, you know, arranging my life. I have other people in my life that they are going to be part of my life for a lot of years. So I would sort of expect you to, you know, enter the community and get along if you can. It's like, let's all make each other's life better. Please don't argue. Let's get collaborative. Okay, I'm going to continue with Kai. The last one. His sensual and emotional needs. Well, he's open. He's open for a relationship. It's okay. It's cool. Okay, yeah. For him, we have the card of the charm of simplicity. From the other card, we have the game of love. So it's like, let's keep it fun. And the Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups. So, yeah, the charm of simplicity, I think that it's like, you know, I think that there's something about him, and this probably has to do because he's a very young and attractive man, but probably, you know, even though there's a lot of people that maybe think that Kai has a lot of, how do you call it these days, like a lot of risk, or that he has a lot of games of a strategy to attract certain women or certain women, he's like, no, actually, like, I'm so charming. Like the charm of Kai is probably that he has the privilege, maybe because he's handsome and beautiful, of being simple. You know, maybe he goes on a date, or he has to see the person, or he has to meet with this person. He doesn't have to disguise himself of anything, or he doesn't have to go and impress the person, and he's like, oh, I will take you to this place or this restaurant that has all these events, and we're going to do a lot of things, and we're going to have fun. And it's like, no, probably for him, you know, seduction or the dates or encounters, even sexual encounters, happen in a very chill, simple moment. Like, it's not that glamorous, or it's not him, you know, sort of like acting a certain way or dressing a certain way, or just like, you know, like, oh, okay, I have all these tools, or I act differently of who I am. I think that he's just himself. Like, I don't know why I think that it's so, he just shows up. Maybe that's because he's handsome and he doesn't need much. But yeah, probably the charm. There's something about him being like, the way I had been sort of like seducing women in my past is because I was just myself. I was just simply being myself. Like there's not much. Actually, I think that probably his dates or there's something about him being like, yeah, do you want to come over my place, or do you want us to meet here and just sit and chill and maybe just not do anything in particular, but just be in each other's presence, and that actually was sexy. There's something about him actually not putting a lot of effort, just being in each other's company, and that's where maybe the sensual part happened. But it's like the part of this being sexual or sensual is that actually our dates or our encounters are very simple, or are very simple dates. It's not like something is prepared prior, or like I don't have to take you to a fancy restaurant to impress you. Actually, like we can be in each other's company at a random place, and you feel attracted to me and I feel attracted to you, and we enjoy each other's company, and we probably had the best sex ever. But it all happens I would say, in the comfortableness of a home. There's something just like very simple. It's not that he does a lot. But it's sexy nevertheless. It's sexy. And probably he's also someone that he doesn't think that maybe for him to get to be sex, not to be sex, to get sex or to have a sexual encounter with someone, that he has to go all out, or that he has to, wow, I have to impress this person and take them here and there. He's like, no, we just do it whenever we can or wherever we can. Like, oh, this place was available and we're alone. Okay, let's do this here. I think that is not that glamorous, and he's not like, oh no, I had this because it was a special day, a special occasion. No, it just happened. And maybe it's simple because it's guy, and he doesn't need to pull any tricks, something like this. Or maybe, the women are so decided to be with him, or that they are so decided, or they desire him so much that they take the initiative. Because I see him just very relaxed, and him being himself, and definitely in there, the sensual part. And also I think that when we think about sexual, maybe he's much more like goes along with what the partner wants, but he's never nervous. He's never like, oh, I don't know if they will like me, or I don't know if I'm looking sexy enough. No, there's something about him, maybe being very assertive, or him just, when he's being his regular self, maybe that's where, he looks the hottest. I don't know. There's something about him probably just standing in the kitchen and just like, the other person being like, oh, you look so beautiful right now, or you're so attractive right now. But I don't see him. I think that he's just himself, and that's enough for him to sort of like provoke the other person, to make the other person feel desire for him. So it's weird, but it's all very chill energy. And yeah, in the case of, emotional, in the emotional sense, with the game of love, definitely in there he is a bit much more playful, I would say. That's why we have the key of the game of love. I think that when it comes to his emotional needs, maybe, yeah, there's a part of him that he probably is like, yeah, I don't mind to have competition, or I wouldn't mind if you stop talking to me for a while and I have to conquer you again, or I have to convince you again. I think that emotionally he's a guy that he's like, I kind of like surprises. Like, if I have to win you over, or if there's some obstacles in our way and we have to sort of, reconcile, or I have to do something to get you back, I will do it. Like, I think that he finds it very interesting, and also he finds it very entertaining that there's drama with his potential someone, and probably there's a part of him that he's like This is exciting actually, because I think that he definitely sees love as a game. You know, there's something at this point in his life that is not like he's like, oh, I want to meet the one and settle down and getting married. No, probably he's like, with the game of love, there could be that maybe he has other options, he has a lot of options, and maybe there's another person that he likes that that person also has a lot of options. So there's like, you know, this is why in here we have these two people, and we also have Cupid in here. So there's like always a third party sort of interrupting them, you know, even when they think that, you know, oh, we are very stable, and yeah, it's just you and me. Something comes up, like a rumor or someone talking about other person, or you just finding out something, and for him it's like, yeah, okay, I don't mind to have competition. You know, I think that Kai is not a jealous man. I think that he's like, okay, yeah, I get it. Like, if you have other options, I sort of get it. I understand. I also have options. Or there's something about him being like, okay, you have male friends? Yeah, well, I also have female friends. So, yeah. So, you know, but also if that becomes a problem, he can go along with it. He can play with it. You know, there's something about him just being chill with it. You know, there's something just like him understanding that situations happen, and I don't know if maybe he's surrounded by a lot of people just you know, just hoping that he would get upset because of a rumor. I don't know. I think that he knows a lot of people in the industry. So I think that everyone talks about other people's business. And definitely he had learned the hard way that not everyone is your friend. And probably, you know, with the game of love, he now is much more relaxed. You know, he's like, okay, if you know this person from my past, and if we are somehow like linked, or, you know, if there's a rumor, if there's people that tell you something about me that is not true, like, I don't care. You believe what you want to believe. At the end, for me, love is supposed to be entertaining. You know, it's supposed to be like exciting, or it's supposed to be fun at least. You know, because once you lose his interest, it's like once he finds you no fun, he's not going to keep going. But I think that also with the Ace of Cups, you know, I think that emotionally he had matured a lot. He probably recognizes that maybe in the past he was a bit childish, not childish, but I think that he was a bit narrow-minded. You know, maybe he got offended by something in the past, you know, or he would get possessive, or he would, you know, just end a relationship because he didn't like something, you know. And now with the Ace of Cups, there's this feeling of him sort of, maybe because his heart chakra is like really open, and he's really vulnerable right now. So he's like, you know, I have to take the love when it's available for me. I have to embrace the love. I have to take it. I have to accept it, not run away from it. You know, I think that probably his period of him sort of playing are almost over. You know, there's something about him being like, I want to find real love, actually. Like, I'm tired of playing. You know, I'm tired of playing. But at the same time, his energy feels very, very chill. You know, he's a very confident guy. So he's not stressing. He's not doubting his ability to find or fulfill these needs for himself. It's just that he probably is taking life lighter. There's something about him being like, you know, back in the days, maybe I used to worry too much about what people would say of me, or would say about someone that I used to date. Like, now I moved on. Now I'm a different person. And there's something about him probably really like becoming much more receptive right now to love, you know, because I think that he's probably missing a lot of people. He's missing a lot of moments. He's getting, this is why I get, you know, my throat gets a bit, you know, there's something about him probably opening up to his loved ones and being like, okay, this is what I really feel for you guys. This is how I feeling. This is how, you know, he's sort of becoming much more gentle and open and sensitive. And he's like, I need to let my people know that I love them. And probably there's a new love coming for Kai. There's someone entering his life, or he's entering this person's life. So I think that a new chapter for Kai in love is going to appear very soon. But I think that he has to let it happen. He has to be receptive to it. Oh, it's so bitter. So bitter. Oh, yeah. But now he's feeling like more emotional. Like, I have to tell my people that I love them. I cannot forget. Yeah, the tarot master. Remember that? The tarot master. Was it master? Yeah, it was the tarot master. Ah. Okay, guys. Yeah, today these were the picks. That don't worry. Next Wednesday I'm going to continue with the part 2. So don't worry. We are still on time. We are still on time for those readings. So don't freak out if your fave I haven't read for yet. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Yeah, it's starting to rain, so I'm going to finally be able to turn off the the AC, and there's going to be fresh air. Thank you, guys, for being here. I'll see you on Wednesday, okay? Bye. Have a lovely week.